Hello aspirants, welcome to InKar IAS Academy. I am Indumati Karthikeyan. Today we are going to see about the 15th November current affairs. This topic is taken out from the Delhi edition. The editorial 2, that is leverage similarity, complementarity in Nigeria. It's under the topic of GS2, bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving India and are affecting India's interest. First of all, we must know that in today's newspaper, India hard and soft power in Nigeria might look impressive, but much ground has been lost over the past decades. There is a on November 16, 11, 2024, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Nigeria, Africa's the most populous country and also the second very largest economy in Africa. Through on his first visit to that country, he still find it familiar from Airtel to Bajaj, Bollywood to Cipla, and TVS to Tata. India's ambiguous in Nigeria's thanks to shared Commonwealth legacy and similar challenge. The two multi-ethnic large developing democracies faces the identical issues like improved governance, socio-economic development, terrorism and also the corruption. At the same time, they have the complementary in such strategic areas like hydrocarbons, defense, institution building, healthcare and also the educational sector. Leveraging this milieu, the similarity and complementarity there can the Abuja summit from successful to historic. There is a substantive asset on the ground. That is, we can say that Nigerian part. There are more than 150 Indian companies with footprints in the Nigeria with the investment estimated $27 billion with bilateral trade of $7.9 billion. India is Nigeria's second largest trading partner, nearly 50,000 Indians in Nigeria, the largest Weibo non-Africa, that is the group in the country are well regarded for their low profile, professionalism and also the integrity. Nigerians folks are to Indian for trade, medical treatment and education. There is a decline in the bilateral relationship, that is India's hard and soft power to Nigeria might look impressive, but the lost ground over the past decades, the bilateral trade is half its peak. A decade ago, when India was Nigeria's largest trading partner, but the trade can decline slowly despite being the top buyer of Nigerian crude. India has no upstream assets there. So, now what are the reasons behind stagnancy? First of all, we must know what is the reason happening. There is a multiple reason behind that. To begin with, a more effective and comprehensive framework is indispensable for bilateral renewal and also upgrading through frequent contracts. The Prime Minister visit take place after 17 years, and the last meeting of the bilateral joint commission this year was after 13 years. Nigeria is too big an important partner to India to channel its development assistance multilaterally through the African unions, and also India need to better leverage the local Indian diaspora, that is Nigeria's second largest employer from India. So we are the second largest employers in Nigeria. The two vibrant private sector should be better empowered through a platform, preferably with a financial and also the underpinning of the Nigerian areas with foresight and a judicious mix of ambitious and sensitive India and Nigeria can forge a win-win situation. So there is a next thinking we should know about the what is the current economic and political challenge between the Nigeria. There is a currently facing several economic and security headwinds. It's looking for friends such as India for help. Since coming to power in 2023, President Bola Tinubu has acted with political courage, unlike most of his predecessors who merely kicked the car be a worm down the road. He has confronted long-standing national challenges, but the measures taken, including withdrawing the petroleum subsidies costing some approximately $10 million annually, and also freeing the national currency, the naira, of controls, leading a steep depreciation and 32% annual inflation, and dismissing several functionaries, including the central bank governor, head of the secret service, and military brass. These have upended the economy and caused the public dissatisfaction in Nigeria. In the recent speech, President Tinubu defended these stiff measures as necessary for the national regeneration and also assured the public that the was war over. How India could help and where India could help. Long-term attractiveness of Nigeria for India, despite the current eco-political conundrum, Nigeria retains its long-term attractiveness for India as a major hydrocarbon supplier, a large market with physical and social infrastructure deficit, and also the growth potential. While the occasionally strained reputation calls for due diligence and caution, macroeconomic management is quite competent and the sovereign commitment are upheld. So there is a expectation from the our Modi ji's visit. What is that? Let's see. The Nigerian leadership has high expectation from the Modi visit. Among the top concern is upgrading its defense and security service to meet the terrorism and also the economic anarchy related challenges such as Boko Haram, oil bunkering, Gulf of Guinea piracy, and also the turbulent of neighborhood. India expertise in addressing Nigeria's security issues such as having overcome similar challenges at home. India is well experienced and equipped to help Nigeria through a comprehensive package of defense supplies, training, and also the remote sensing technologies. This can in turn boost India's defense exports and also revive bilateral defense ties, which is by seventh Nigerian's president since independence in 1960 being trained in India as defense officer. Nigeria's request to economic stabilization support to India and equally Indian urgency, Nigerian requirement would be seek India's help to encourage the stabilization as it faces critical foreign exchange shortage. India could best to do so through some strategic initiatives such as partnership for upstream hydrocarbons and also the infrastructure bilateral comprehensive economic partnership agreement and also large financial facilitation through lines of credit and also the better barter or arrangements. India can provide the Nigerians requirement of petroleum product, foodstuffs like rice, wheat, milk, powder, and also the consumer goods like pharmaceuticals, uh, compressed natural gas, conversational kits, and textiles and garments, agricultural inputs, and also the power equipments. The possibility of rupee based trade can also be put on the table. Other complementaries to be leveraged would include the improving of palm oils and also high skills gingers and also gum arabic. India wants to reviving bilateral trade. Such moves would arrest the 29.7 percentage year on year decline in India's exports. That is around $3.6 billion. So, moreover, it would be located that offer other drivers for bilateral trade as India now buys less Nigerian fruits through less tangible India services exports in areas such as information technology and IT-enabled services, banking, financial services, and also insurance, healthcare, skilling, and education also deserve the most supports. For the concluding, the way forward is a less known but interesting historical snippet is about the first direct bilateral contract. A AZ legend traces into the arrival around the 1500 AD of Baba Gaur, a gem merchant from Kano, now in northern Nigeria, who settled down in Ratanpur in Gujarat. He is still revered as a saint and for devising a method of polish agata stones. So we need to a similar impetus today to make the natural bilateral ties with Nigeria. Thank you.